My name is Glory Kamthunzi. I studied at the University of the Free State, and I'm the winner of the 2025 RIBA Silver Medal. The title of my entry is Dialogues in Sticks and Stones, Spatial Testimonies of the East African Slave Trade on the Nkhotakota Lakeshore in Malawi. It explores the untold heritage of the East African slave trade along Lake Malawi and follows a few remnants that are located on the site in a town called Nkhotakota. The project asks the question how remembrance can be explored in the place where everyday life and memory are inseparable. And so I tried to explore the idea of a hybrid memorial that comes alongside the daily life of the fishermen on that side. I first went to Zanzibar in 2010 on a school trip, and I found myself in Stone Town, and we went into these underground chambers where, at the time unknown to me, enslaved people were kept. In 2019, I returned to Nkhotakota in my home country, Malawi, on a pottery trip. And that's the moment I found out that the enslaved people that I had seen in Zanzibar were actually Malawians, my own people. From then on, it became about really reading the site and recognizing what remembrance is in Malawi. It doesn't look like anything that's elsewhere because this is a rural condition. There's a mixture of Swahili Arab heritage, there's a mixture of local African chiefdom, there's a mixture of the present, the fishing village. It was really important for me to develop a memorial that was locally authored. We have this typology of the fishing villages in Malawi that are these timberscapes, and they're seasonal structures. They don't last forever. And so it was impossible for me to come with a gesture that was permanent. This memorial became me laying a wreath on the site, acknowledging it, but it didn't have to last forever. I looked at our culture in Malawi, and we have very specific ways of remembering. So we have an oral tradition, we have a performative remembrance, and we have just the idea of the spectacle and masquerades. In these masquerades, I learned that I could learn something about building facades. They layer crafts of timbers and feathers and sort of these tectonics in a mask that I thought had space in architecture. And in the local tradition, these masks are used to represent characters from history. And so the architecture was borrowing from that more than any other built form, really. It was about the culture. I'm incredibly passionate about a people-first architecture. I just think it's so important to be architects who listen to our community, allow them to author our cities. Eventually, I really want to be somebody who's able to also be an urbanist in a sense, to recognize the way that our cities are sprawling and what they want to become. In the African context, it's easy to import ideas that have worked elsewhere, but it's really important for me to begin to listen to us and recognize what our cities want to become. It is actually the privilege of my life to just be able to represent a story that I believe in. It is just such a privilege to have told a story that was so close to home, so close to me, and for that to be listened to. The most important thing for me at this moment is to go back to Nkhotakota, to the cultural center, to the tour guide who took me there, and just show them that the world has heard their story.